everyone, it's Max and welcome to a new week's reading vlog. Ignore this, it's awful. I left my foundation at my dad's house and it's just huge. But also please ignore the mess in the background. When my puppy is up here, it's like she will grab whatever she can that's on the ground, so I just throw everything up here, including like bags. And my mom was trying to get something out of the closet earlier, so that's why that's open. But I thought I'd start the vlog off. It's almost the end of the workday and I have 3 main books I want to get to. And I'm not sure which one I want to start off with yet. I think I want to start with The Sky Beyond the Storm by Saba Tahir. Even though I just finished A Reaper at the Gates and I usually like to leave some time in between each book in a series, but honestly, I'm like dying to see what happens. So I think I'll be able to fly through this because I'm still like in that mood, in that zone. So I think I'm gonna start this tonight. It's 512 pages. Maybe a little bit more, I can't remember, but like 512, 514. So if I read like 250 something pages, I should be fine. 256 pages, I should be fine, and I think it's definitely doable. The other physical book I have is Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the 3rd book in the Nevermore series. It's not the final one, but it is continuing on. It's also chunky. It's almost 600 pages, but I fly through these books. I mean, they're middle grade, they're super fast paced. I'm really excited to see what happens next. I can't remember a whole lot of what happened in Wondersmith, but it kind of feels like it's like taking on just a whole new adventure, where like when I read the synopsis, it reminded me that they destroyed this like bad market, and this time like there's a plague going around, or a sickness that's turning like these, what are they called? They're like animals, but they're like more human-like. Yeah, they're infecting Wonimals to turn Wonimals more regular animal-like, so they're not as like human-like. So yeah, but I feel like I'll be able to fly through this as well. And then the last book on my TBR is The Ever After, because I did not finish it last week. I ended the vlog earlier last night because I finished A Reaper at the Gates and I was gonna read more of The Ever After, and I just fell asleep. It just put me right to sleep. For some reason, I'm just not into it, and I think it's like it's just spanned for so long, and this book is 500 pages and the plot doesn't feel like it's that necessary. Like I think it could have been done in 1 book, but like 2 at the most. And I know she's like got this like series of trilogies going, but it's just so not unnecessary, and it does not need to be this long. And it's just like, I don't know, I can't get through it. I really also wanted to read A Court of Swans. So yeah, those are the 3 books on my TBR: The Sky Before the Storm, Hollowpox, Hunt for Morgan Crow, and The Court of Swans. So I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. I'm really excited for all of these. Court of Swans I'm like less excited for because they're definitely books that I read like here and there, and these are like medieval and like Middle Ages, like Tudor era almost feeling fantasy or fairy tale retellings that are more just like historical fiction. I enjoy them. I think this is like the Swan Princess or like or Swan Lake or something, so I should be able to read that. I read them super fast, so I should be able to fly through it. But yeah, so that's all I got for you right now. I haven't read anything yet, and I will chat with you all once I have. Hi everyone, it is 12:20 in the morning. I'm so tired, I'm falling asleep, but I am 262 pages into Sky Beyond the Storm, which is just over halfway, and it's so good. I am just like flying through it. I cannot wait to read the next 260 pages tomorrow, or 240, however much I have left. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've got a good idea where like one storyline is gonna head, but the other 2 not so much. But I'm loving this. I am hating this. It's huge, oh my god, and it hurts. But this is just so good, and I cannot wait to continue it. But I'm so tired, and I have no idea when I'm gonna read The Ever After, because I'm just like, I'm gonna try and do it on Sunday, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read it all on Sunday. 60% of like 500 pages, which I've done before. I read 500 pages of A Rhythm of War last Saturday, so like, or a couple Saturdays ago, so like I should be able to do it. But it's just not gripping me like Rhythm of War was. I don't even have 500 pages left. I have like 6 times 5, like 300 pages left, which should be totally doable. But I'm just like, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm trying to give myself Sunday to do most of that. And then the next week, I'm gonna, if I don't finish on Sunday, I'm gonna try and give myself the last day of the month to also read it. But anyways, I'm really enjoying Sky Beyond the Storm. I think I've got like a pretty clear idea of what's gonna happen with one of the storylines, but no idea what's gonna happen with the other two, and I'm very excited to see what happens. But I'm gonna go to bed, so good night. Hi guys, it is Tuesday night, and I just finished part 1 of the Bachelorette finale. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see who wins and what happens. It's gonna be great. I don't know what time my best friend and I are gonna watch it tomorrow, but I think it might be a little earlier than usual. That's all I'm gonna say. But I am at my dad's house to watch the dogs because he's in Salt Lake, and I've got a couple more books to show you. So when I did my last unboxing last week, I thought I was gonna have all 4 books because I did one order, but it's in 2 boxes, which makes sense because the boxes aren't that big. But I thought I'd just show you 2 other books I got. So I'm really excited for both of these, but especially for this first one, Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I have heard amazing things about this. I know it's like gay in some sort of way. I don't know if they're like both girls or trans or lesbian necromancers. Okay, it's 2 girls. So this takes place in a world that, okay, I'm just gonna read the back because honestly, like, I think I've got like a very basic idea, but I might be totally wrong. The Emperor needs necromancers. The 9th necromancer needs a swordswoman. Gideon has a sword, some dirty magazines, and no more time for the undead nonsense. Love that. Tamsin Muir's Gideon the Ninth unveils a solar system of swordplay, cutthroat politics, and lesbian necromancers. Her characters, oh, I always thought Tamsin Muir was a guy. Oh, I'm even more excited. Her characters leap off the page as skillfully animated as necromantic skeletons. The result is a heart-pounding epic science fantasy. Interesting, I'm very excited. So it's a trilogy. I know, what is it? Harrow the Ninth is out, but the 3rd one obviously hasn't come out because I'm pretty sure Harrow's more of a new release. But yeah, I've heard amazing things. Everyone who reads it loves it, so I'm super excited to pick it up. All right, and then the other book that I got is a new release, and I'm a little on the fence, and I don't know, I've read a book by him before, but I listened to the audiobook and I don't think that was the right route to go, but that is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. I listened to Aragon on audiobook and it really didn't work for me. I found it just way too long, and the audiobook, I have now realized in myself I can't listen to audiobooks at 1x speed. That's why like having an audiobook like in the car, like CD port, doesn't work because it's just way too slow, and so it just was really a bad call. But this is like first contact with aliens. I'm really excited. I've heard, and this is like, this tagline is what sold me. Space holds countless secrets. She just found the deadliest one. So yeah, I'm really excited to give him another oh, this is so much longer than I thought. Oh my God, sorry. I like to know like how long books are. I feel like that's not, like, most people like to do that. Okay, wow, actually a lot of it is appendices. But it is 800 and something pages. Oh my God, wow, this is so much longer than I thought it was. It's 825 pages. This does not look like 825 pages. Can we just talk about that? When I opened this, I was like, oh, probably like 400 to 500, 825 pages. Oh my God, it's huge. Okay, I actually love the end page, like this spiral. It reminds me of like Pan's Labyrinth almost. And okay, this is really pretty too. I'm like excited. I just had no idea it was that long. Holy moly. All right, I'm just gonna read the synopsis because why not? Kira Navarez dreamed of life on New Worlds. Now she's awakened a nightmare. During a routine survey mission on an uncolonized planet, Kira finds an alien relic. At first she's delighted, but elation turns to terror when the ancient dust around her begins to move. As war erupts among the stars, Kira is launched into a galaxy-spinning odyssey of discovery and transformation. First contact isn't at all what she imagined, and events push her to the very limits of what it means to be human. While Kira faces her own horrors, Earth and its colonies stand upon the brink of annihilation. Now Kira might be humanity's greatest and final hope. Okay, is this like a series or a standalone? I don't know how. Okay, this makes me feel better about paying. I think I got it on discount though, because I don't think I would have put $30 down for Christopher Paolini. I think there was like a sale, but I feel better about, if I did pay $30, I feel better about paying $30 if it's 825 pages. Yeah, I have no idea if this is like a series or a standalone, but I'm super excited actually. I'm like, I love the cover. It's like a soft, like almost matte cover, which is like my favorite type of cover. And I'm just really excited to get into this. I've been wanting to read more sci-fi, as if you've seen the last couple of vlogs, like I bought multiple sci-fi novels. I just like, you know, I really want to get into sci-fi because most of the sci-fi that I've read, I've enjoyed, like the Illuminae Files and Skyward and like all these, and Saga. And so I just want to read more, and especially like First Contact with Aliens, that really interests me. So I think that this is a good place to start. But now I am gonna go and finish A Sky Beyond the Storm. It's almost 9. I've got the house to myself, so I'm gonna get in bed. When I'm home alone, I sleep in my dad's bed because that's where the dogs are used to, and I like to like have my dogs with me when I'm home alone. So that's why you will see me in a place that's not my usual bed. I've just seen in like multiple vlogs where I'm like in this random place that you never see except then. So I thought, why not tell you what it is? But I'm gonna go finish A Sky Beyond the Storm. I have no idea how it's gonna finish. I've got like 240 something pages left, maybe 250. And I am so ready for it. Yeah, and then once I finish it, I'm probably just gonna go to bed because I'll probably be around 11:30. And I will talk to you all once I've done so. It's like 11:20 and I have 97 pages to go. It's good. It's good. It's not as good as the rest of the series so far. I'm liking it more than A Reaper at the Gates, but not as much as An Ember in the Ashes or A Torch Against the Night. I'm like kind of realizing I think I'm liking it less as like the supernatural elements come more into play, because the first book was really all about just like fighting against these oppressors. It had nothing to do with like magic, and for some reason I'm liking it less and less as magic gets like more into it. But the first 3 books were 5 out of 5 stars, so we'll see. I got literally 97 pages left, so it could all change. It could be like the most epic final battle that there's ever been, which The Reaper at the Gates really turned it around for me in the last little bit, where like it was really amazing. So it's still, right now it's probably about a 4.25 out of 5 stars, but we'll see. Maybe these 97 pages will do it for me. And I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong. I'm really liking it, but just not as much as the rest of the series. And I might even have to drop my rating of A Reaper at the Gates, because the things that annoyed me in that book aren't annoying me in this one. And I don't know why it's not a 5 out of 5 stars, because I'm agreeing with all the characters. Like, I can see where they're coming from. I'm into this. I'm excited to see what happens. But something about it just isn't it for me. So if I end up not giving this 5 stars, I'm definitely going to have to drop the rating of A Reaper at the Gates. But I'm going to try and finish it. I'm like so tired. I'm crashing. But I'm going to try. And I might not be able to. I might fall asleep just like while I'm reading, so I might not be able to update you till tomorrow, but I will try my best. Hi everyone, it's 12:20 and I just finished A Sky Beyond the Storm, and it was very good. I'm still hanging on Goodreads it's gonna be a 4, but I don't know if like in my mind it's like a 4 or 4.25. I don't know, I don't know, I really honestly don't know why it's not higher. I don't have many faults, it just didn't blow me away. Like some of the other 5-star reads I've read this month, like Rhythm of War and Empire of Gold. But it was very, very good. A great end. Very almost nostalgic. I felt very nostalgic. And it also, you know, I've been reading this series since the first book came out. And I was in high school, probably, I think, maybe senior year, 2015, 2016. And it's just kind of crazy. I have a hard time not feeling nostalgic when I finish series that I've been continuously reading from easier times. But yeah, very good, very good. So 4.25 out of 5 stars. And next I'm going to read Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. I think it'll be very fun to have a nice fast-paced middle grade, even though it's like 570 pages. It's still, you know, all of her books were pretty long and I just fly through them. So I'm very excited for that. I think I need a break after I just read 2 Sabatier books in a row. I can't believe I did that. I haven't read 2 books in one series in a row in a long time. But it was so good, so no qualms there. And then, not to shoot myself in the foot, because I might have to give myself 3 days for Hollowpox, but I am only working half a day on Thursday because it's Christmas Eve, and then I have Friday off. So maybe some ample reading time. And if I'm able to read Hollowpox in 2 days, like I was able to for Sky and Beyond the Storm, I have 2 days to read The Ever After, which makes me feel a little bit better, seeing as how slow I'm taking it. But now I'm gonna go to bed because I'm very tired, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Good night. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday. It's 10:30, and I am 140 pages into Hollowpox, which is 25% of the way through the book and halfway through what I'm trying to read tonight. I just took a shower. My hair's up because I'm trying to get like a wavy hairdo tomorrow, so I'm gonna leave it up, and it is in this very tight bun. I finally figured out how to do buns with my hair at this length, and that is to do a ponytail and then do it into a bun. And of course, when your hair's wet, it's much easier to like style it. Like, not really, because like curls and stuff like don't really work with like clean hair, but like buns and stuff work so much better, and like braids. But anyways, this is the bane of my existence. It's huge. It's driving me crazy. I put a little bit of foundation on to like take thumbnail photos, but then I didn't update you before I showered, which was probably stupid. But I am really enjoying Hollowpox. So I realized I didn't tell you what the series is about. It's about a girl named Morrigan Crow who is like cursed from birth, and the whole town blames her for every misfortune. And I think it's on her 13th birthday they expect her to die, but then at like 11:59 before her 13th birthday, a guy named Jupiter North from like the magical part of the world, or magical side of the world, comes and sweeps her away and saves her. And it turns out she's part of this magical world. And I'm not gonna like reveal too much because it is a plot twist, but like she becomes part of this magical society, and what she is very frowned upon. And so the past 2 books have been very prejudiced against her, but this one there is a lot more acceptance and people like sticking up for her. There's still prejudice, but she finds out about this whole other section of this magical school that she's going to that is kind of more geared towards her, and it's not as hateful. And so I'm really happy about that because I really like Morrigan. And so the fact that people are accepting her really makes me happy. And I'm just really pumped about that. Another thing, so a big part of the plot of Hollowpox is that there's like this disease going around that infects animals and turn them into animals, which animals are like regular animals, like our dogs and cats and stuff. But animals are like animals with an advanced mind, like human minds, where they talk and they can have jobs, and they're like treated like people, or I don't know, but they're supposed to be because they've got the same intellect. And so they're being turned into regular animals. And we had our first run-in with that. And I'm really interested to see what happens. I'm scared that Fen, who's this huge cat, is gonna get infected. But thankfully, she's just like a big indoor like house cat. So if she is infected, she's not gonna be like a danger. Unlike like the first animal that Morgan runs into is a jaguar. And that's like dangerous, obviously. So I am very excited to keep going. I'm flying through it. I'm gonna read another 130 pages to get like 270, which is halfway through, which won't be a problem. And I'm just really enjoying it. I knew I would, you know, I just fly through these books, and it's nice to have like a fun, fast middle grade on this TBR because I don't have a lot of those. And I'm just reading a lot of big fantasy this month. So I am really excited to continue, and I will talk to you all once I have finished. Once I've gotten to halfway. All right, I am 276 pages into Hollowpox, and it's like 11:40. It's so good. I'm like so excited. I ended on a cliffhanger, so I'm excited to pick it up tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just flying through it. I'm having a really good time. This feels like a book that like if I had the time, I'd be able to just sit down and like read the whole thing, even though it's 540 pages. Yeah, it's just really good. It's fun. It's a good time. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just having a fun time. This is like the first book I've read this month that has been like fun. I've loved some of the books I've read this month, but most of them aren't what I'd classify as fun, more heartbreaking and ruining and sad and amazing. But this is just like a fun story, and you know, I think it's like the perfect time for me to read it because I've just read so many heavy books this month. So yeah, but I'm gonna go to bed. I only have to work a half day tomorrow, which is great. And yeah, so that's all I've got to talk about, and I will talk to you all tomorrow once I've made more progress in Hollowpox. Good night. Hi everyone, and Merry Christmas if you celebrate, happy holidays if you don't, or just happy holidays in general. It is Friday. I didn't update you yesterday because I barely read anything, but I did just finish Hollowpox and The Hunt for Morgan Crow, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I really like Morgan. I love Morgan as a main character. I think she's just really great, and the love she has for other people and other creatures, even though for most of her life she never knew love. It was really good. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.25 out of 5 stars. I really like the story. I feel like some of it was a little on the nose, even though this was written probably before the like coronavirus. I feel like some of the ways that she dealt with some things were just a little like shovey, but also it is middle grade, so you do have to be kind of more obvious with middle grade, so I don't know. But 4.25 out of 5 stars, very good. I can't wait for the next book in the series. I don't even know when that's going to be. I don't even know if there's a release date or a name or anything, but really enjoyed it. And now for the next 2 days, I am going to try to read The Ever After. I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, I just don't know. It's gotta happen though. It's an arc and I want to read it. I want to know what happens. And then next week I've got 2 books on my TBR, and there's only like 4 days of the month, so I want to read Court of Swans next week and 10 Arrows of Iron. So I gotta finish The Ever After. And then for Christmas, I got a light, which was really surprising. Like, I never said anything to my mom about like a light for like filming, but she gave it to me for Christmas, which was so awesome. So I'm really excited about that. I filmed my January TBR with it, and it was so great, but there was this glare from my window, nothing to do with the light, but from my window, the sun was just right in spot where the glare was, like right here. It was awful. So I kept like migrating, and it really pissed me off because I was so excited to use my light, and it looks great with the light, especially in the lighting in this room. And so I'm just really happy. I'm really excited about it. I got a couple books from my friend and my stepsister. My stepsister sent me Crave by Tracy Wolff, which I had like seen floating around, especially because the sequel just came out, but I had no idea what it was about. But it feels like a fun, like angsty, like I think it was like vampire romance, which I haven't read in a while, since like Midnight Sun, but so I'm really excited about that. And then my best friend sent me Rosemary and Rue by Seanan McGuire, which is the first book in the October Day series, which I'm gonna try and read a book a day, or a book a month of that series until I finish it or catch up. And Bloody Rose, which is a sequel to Kings of the Wild, which I haven't read yet, but I'm really excited to read it, and I think I'm gonna love it. And so I'm really excited to have the first and second book to it. So I'm really excited about that, especially because I feel like Pierre Ford described Kings of the Wild as like D&D, because like each character basically is like one of the archetypes, or like the characters that you can be, except the bard. And the reason is that the bard comes in the second book, which I think is Bloody Rose. So really excited about that. So yeah, but yeah, really. Oh, and then I got a $200 gift card to my local bookstore from my stepdad. So those were my bookish goodies. And my stepsister sent a text saying that there are more gifts coming, so probably books, because she knows me very well. And yeah, but 4.25 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it, and I am going to go to bed. I am meeting some friends tomorrow. We're staying outside. We're walking along like a river and like socially distancing, but they're all back home for the holidays, and so we're all gonna meet and do a hangout a little bit outside where there aren't going to be a lot of people, very conscious and safe. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to bed, and I will chat with you all once I've made some progress with the Ever After. Good night. Hi everyone, it's Sunday. I did not update you yesterday. I don't know why. I think it's because I didn't really read much. I read like 20% of Court of Swans because I didn't bring my Kindle with me to my dad's house, and that's where I started out the day yesterday. And my NetGalley app on my phone wasn't downloading the Ever After, so I started the Court of Swans. It's okay. I realize it's the first book of a series, but it's a spin-off series of her other retelling series. How many times did I say series there? But this is about a girl whose 7 brothers are accused of murdering their dad by their stepmother, and they're sent to the Tower of London to await trial. And she goes and she infiltrates, becomes a seamstress to work for the new queen to try and get someone's ear to kind of like help her brothers. And it's I forgot again what the retelling is, but it's not like Swan Lake or anything. It's like a different fairy tale. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Goose Girl for some reason. I don't know why. But then I got home and I slept out here on the couch with my puppy last night, and I read 100 pages of the Ever After. And it's okay. I feel like there's too many reveals. Like, it's like, I don't know. It feels like she's trying to connect everyone. It's like everyone, it turns out they're related to someone. And it's just like, oh, surprise, they're related to this. And oh, surprise, she's related to her. And oh, surprise. And you're just like, okay, like this is a little ridiculous that like all these people happen to know each other and they're all like connected. And it just doesn't work. It's not doing it for me. But I just edited my best books of 2020. I'm currently uploading it. My mom is cross-country skiing. I'm hanging out with my puppy, who I'll show in just a second, and I'm going to try and do some reading. I have 40% left. It's 200 pages. I'm going to try really hard to finish it today so that on next week I can read 10 Arrows of Iron and Court of Swans, because it is an arc. Even though Court of Swans isn't part of a series, it is an arc that I have that's due in January. So I am gonna try and read it. But yeah, so the Ever After is not really doing it for me. I feel like it's just like, I don't know, the first 2 books feel almost unnecessary, especially the first book, because now it's like all this stuff is happening in this book that isn't tied to the other 2 books, and it just feels like she's trying to all of a sudden make it this huge conspiracy, huge like political book series. And I'm like, okay, the first 2 books were like fun, fast, you know, easy reads. This is all of a sudden getting like just too much, and I'm just not really liking it. But I do want to finish it because I will be finishing this series, and I do want to see what happens. She finally figured out who her parents were, and that's interesting. But also, like, I don't know if it means anything. Like, I don't know if it's gonna mean anything really to her life. But yeah, so I don't know. So I'll probably just chat with you once I finish it. Bye. There she is. There's the little puppers. There's the little puppers. She's so cute. Hi everyone. It's 11:40 and I just finished The Ever After, finally. And it was not good. I really didn't like it. I think I'm gonna give it like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It just, I don't know what it is that really annoys me about it. But it's like the first 2 books and the last book feel so disconnected. And I feel like not enough stuff is explained. Like there's this whole like poem song throughout the last book that literally has no connection to anything. And like all these people who lost their memory keep like singing it, and it doesn't end up having any role. And then the ending was just so rushed. And like, I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Like the climactic sequence of events is like the last 200 pages, but the actual like resolution, like how they win, was like that. And it was something that was just really weird, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. And then there was more of like, oh my god, look, this person's actually connected to this person. And I just got really sick of that after a while because it happened so much. And then the ending, oh my god. Something happened to Ula, our main character, that was like, are you joking? Like, it was so jump the shark-esque. And I mean, I just know that term because I'm a film student, but it's like when something happens that's so like ridiculous. And it came from Happy Days where like someone jumped, literally was water skiing and jumped over a shark, and like it kind of signaled the beginning of the end for a show. And this was like, even though this was literally in the last like 2 pages, it was like, what? It made no sense. It made no sense to everything else, and it just wasn't good. I don't know how to describe it without spoiling it, but it was like, oh, and they lived happily ever after, and she got $1 million, like literally. And I was like, what? How does that even work? And then something happened that like, I hate in spin-off series when they do something really bad to the main character of like the other series, because I don't know, I feel like, okay, so if someone didn't read this series, then they'd have no idea that this happened. And it just feels really weird. And it happened in the trials, and then it happened in the Trials of Apollo, it happened in this, it happened in the Shattered Realm series based on like the Seven Realms series by Cinda Williams-Chima, and I hate it. And so that happened and it sucked. I was like, okay, well now I don't want to go back and read that second trilogy because I know what happens to her in the end. And yeah, so really disappointing. I didn't have like huge expectations, but I thought I was gonna like it a lot more than I did. So yeah, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that is going to conclude my week of reading. So I was able to read A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabatier, which I gave a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend, which I also gave a 4.25 out of 5 stars. And The Ever After by Amanda Hocking, which I gave a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I also got 15% of the way through Court of Swans, which I will be, by Melanie Dickerson, which I will be continuing next week. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!